All right, welcome back, guys. This is ESL One Hamburg 2017. This is the NA closed qualifiers. Team VGJ.Storm versus Whreck while whistling. Two very, fun names to say really quickly. But we are actually at game number 3. We have a tie currently, and I'm really interested to see what's going to happen. I mean, this is kind of crunch time, right? The team that goes on, finishes this, goes on to semis, I believe. But I'm Caster Moxie. I'm casting this with Forge Dota, and there is a nice Frosty Ancient Apparition pick first up here.
Yeah, we saw this coming out on the side of VGJ in game 1. That was their first pick. So now Whreck while whistling has banned out the Night Stalker, and they've grabbed the AA. Night Stalker did a lot of work in kind of both games, I would say, for VGJ. More so in game 2. But Whreck is kind of sick of that, done with those shenanigans. And both teams actually going to grab something from the other's playbook as the puck gets grabbed up now for VGJ.
Yeah, a little bit of a swap around coming out here. We've been seeing a lot of Ancient Apparition, though, picked up in the meta currently, especially over the CIS region. So no real big surprises. That's kind of a hotly contested support. The other one, of course, being Lich, but he's already been banned out. The two Gross Green guys getting banned out as well. We won't see the... I said the Nyx Assassin gets picked up. You won't see the Venomancer or the Necrophos this time around, though, coming out for either of these teams. Less goop that we have to deal with in this game. But yeah, the Nyx Assassin pick up here. Definitely nice pick. Gonna be able to go around, hunt out the Ancient Apparition, also possibly deter the Bat Rider pick a little bit.
Yeah, we saw this same combo last game from Whreck, and I mean, it did work. It did do a lot of work. Like, the Nyx scouted very well. He found out the TA and the Terrorblade quite a few times. The puck did a lot of work in the laning phase. As soon as the supports left to try and harass the Lycan, puck was able to get right up in the Terrorblade's face, cause a lot of havoc. So, not really too surprising that VGJ recognized the potential of these two heroes and grabbed it up for themselves.
We get the Sand King pickup this time around over on the side of wheel. Yeah, nice team fight ultimate. Good lockdown as well. Yeah, VGJ, they have not forgotten that Monkey's Forever Broodmother. They're like, this is game number 3. There will be no cheese allowed. There will be no giant spider lady putting pressure on our lanes early. Get out of here.
Yeah, it's not at all worth letting that go through the draft. And Bat Rider, actually, speaking of him, is going to get banned out now. So...
on the side of... Alright.
Yeah, maybe worried that... maybe worried it's going to be a mid-puck, and then Flea still goes back for the Bat Rider. Definitely does happen with Nyx sometimes. You grab Nyx, and then you grab somebody that he counters, so that you don't have to worry about him being there.
Definitely a possibility. No Dragonite. Interesting that Dragonite's getting... banned out. I guess they're worried that they're going to go for a really early push strat here?
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, it seems like they've got a specific thing in mind maybe coming out from VGJ.Storm.
Yeah, very...
Dragonite, he's got a lot of sustainability in the mid lane. He's pretty tanky early on. He's got nice tower push early, so maybe they're worried that they're going to kind of run at them this time? I don't know.
It's also some really reliable, hard lockdown for the puck. It's when you're in melee form, it's an instant cast, like almost 4 second stun at max level. It's like 3.77 or 3.75 second stun at max level, which is huge when you have a highly mobile healer like the puck. So maybe just worried about a little bit of lockdown. They saw that Annihilate does play it sometimes and just opt not to have to worry about it, I guess.
They do ban out a Silencer here on the side of wheel too, so I'm wondering if we're going to see something like a Faceless Void pickup or, commonly anything really big for team fighting. Enigma comes to mind as well. I'm not sure if that's something they're pick up, but the Oracle pickup's a little concerning here. I mean, we talked about this, the Ancient Apparition, you know, he's going to be able to land these Ice Blasts, but Oracle, you don't shatter if you've got that False Promise on. And there's an Underlord. All right, I saw that, yeah. This was something that they played versus Mind's Eye, and this hero right now, honestly, that Pit of Malice kills me. I hate it. I hate it. It's so good to keep people rooted so they can't get out. Oh my goodness, Forge.
Moxie, you're coming in a little bit robot-y right now. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You are.
Definitely looks like it might be a Discord. Quick, but well. All right. Well, while Moxie tries to fix her her Discord, we're gonna just keep talking about this draft.
Guys,
Well, what Moxie was
like
mentioning
Discord
was the fact that Oracle is a nice counter to the Ancient Apparition, because if you get the ultimate coming out from the Ice Blast, the False Promise will protect somebody from the Shatter, because they can't take damage, therefore they can't drop within Shatter range, as well as having the more spammable
Give us a second while we try to figure this out.
Coming out. Hello? It is a Dix. Yeah, I do hear you clearly now. Okay. Well, it's good to know that you're back and that everything's working okay. I'm hoping that Twitch chat didn't have to hear too much robot.
They heard some of it, but it's fine. It's fine. We're back. We're ready. You know, Discord just having a little bit of a hiccup here. And let's go back to this draft, though, right? We've got the Clinks pickup over on the side of VGJ.Storm. That's going to provide them with some split pushing capability and also some nice team fight if Puck can land a really nice Dream Coil, or, of course, Nyx Assassin landing in a stun. You know, the burst damage coming out from Clinks is going to be really difficult to deal with.
It's also nice having just raw bonus damage like the Searing Arrows against the Underlord, because he reduces he reduces base damage. So anything like a stats-based hero, he's really good against. But Clinks gets raw bonus damage both from Searing Arrows as well as Death Pact. So it's a nice way to kind of deal with that Underlord. And we've avoided him for most of the event so far. At least we have. But the Viper does come out.
There is the snake with backwards wings. He's in my game. Wheel is like, all right, let's get this done. Let's win our lanes. Let's get out of here. Let's go to bed. We've got a whole other day of Dota up ahead. Like, it's been actually so ridiculous, the amount of games that these teams have been playing for qualifiers lately. I think PPD actually just mentioned that in one of his twit longers, that a lot of these guys don't get finished with Dota until very, very late at night, and they start up early in the morning too. So, you know, maybe Wheel they're like, let's run at him. Let's do this.
Yeah, and that kind of falls into their comfort zone of Game 1 as well. They seem to favor those really high-intensity, run-at-you drafts, end the game as quickly as they can. Even in Game 2, you could see that kind of mentality with the Death Prophet. Every time Exorcism's off cooldown, let's try and take an objective, end this game. So very clear that their comfort zone is in that early to mid-game. And they don't want VGJ scaling up very well. Clink's another one of those heroes, kind of like the Terrorblade. Takes a little bit to come online. You need some farm. You need either that Desolator or the Orchid, depending on how you want to go. And then you need another item on top of that. Then you're really ready to start fighting. So, slower heroes coming out from VGJ.
I mean, that was the problem with game number 2, I think, for the side of Wheel, is that they weren't able to capitalize on this momentum that they were building, and eventually, you know, the Terrorblade just started getting everything that he needed, and before you knew it, he was a huge problem. He was leaving illusions into the base and getting megas off of that. But they actually ban out the Chaos Knight as well on the side of VGJ. I'm not sure why that's...
They don't have any form of AoE.
Illusion clear, yeah.
And CK, with the amount of lockdown that Whreck has, is actually just terrifying. The burst damage would be like... Oracle would just melt every time. CK would pop ulti, and then Reality Rift, and Oracle would be dead. No time for spells or anything. So, pretty nice ban, honestly, coming out from VGJ. And with it having played earlier in the series, might be a little fresh in Whreck's mind.
We get a Timbersaw ban coming out here from Wheel. Of course, they don't have super great lockdown other than the Pit of Malice and, of course, the Burrow Strike. That can be a problem when you've got a Timbersaw on the other team that you can't lock him down or any sort of silence. But Wheel decides to go for their last pick here. The Lycan is still an option here in the pool.
5 seconds remaining.
I'm not sure if they're going to want to go for that, though. They might want something that can do a little bit of split pushing, too.
Honestly,
is this the first time Nature's Prophet hasn't been banned, actually?
I don't think he's...
Radiant team.
These was like first ban material for the side of VGJ.Storm during their Star Ladder Invitational, but they go for the Wraith King. So more lockdown, a bit of a tankier hero as well. Don't really have anything other than the Nyx that can burn mana. Unless Clinks decides to pick Vadessa, which we have seen.
Yeah, the Diffusal on Clinks is a pretty common build-up. It's not really too peculiar. The one thing that does suck about it, as opposed to other carries of the Diffusal, is that Clinks is all about massive amounts of burst damage, which doesn't give enough tiny hits to let the Diffusal burn away all of Wraith King's mana. But it's also so much physical damage against a hero with bad armor that it kind of doesn't matter. And now they just need 747's hero to kind of round out the draft. Something that can deal with the Viper. No hero in the game. That's the answer. There's no hero that...
I'm a little concerned because this is kind of a squishy draft coming out from VGJ. They go for the Ursa, even though they have a Viper. I'm a little worried just because of the kiting capability that iAnnihilate's going to have against him.
It's one of those heroes that can kind of stand in the mid lane, and actually Akashi, yeah. So yeah, they're gonna put Ritsu on the Clinks. They're gonna put 747 on the Ursa, and it is a hero that can just kind of trade hits, trade harass. Viper's still probably going to win the lane, but Ursa also does well against Wraith King and Underlord as well. Again, that stacking of the bonus damage from the Fury swipes. So it looks like their game plan is pretty much kill everybody around the Viper and just try and control him with the Puck and the Nyx Assassin in the meantime.
It's kind of interesting here. I'm not sure which draft I'm preferring at this moment. What about you?
I'm going to believe in the Clinks. It's kind of one of those heroes that doesn't get a whole lot of love, but when we do see him, I feel like he gets a lot of work done. He's definitely a situational pick, but I think this might be the situation. Whreck has a very group up and pushes 5 draft. Underlord, Viper, Wraith King, these are all heroes that want to be around their team as much as possible, pushing as 5. Clinks gonna exploit the heck out of that. Gonna see a lot of rat plays coming out from this Clinks, I think. And I don't really think that Whreck has the tools to deal with that rat.
I mean, they do have an Uber in the name of Underlord. They can respond that way without having to use TPs. But they don't really want to have to be running back every single time for a Clinks.
It's also on almost like a 2-minute cooldown, so all he has to do is run from one side of the map to the other one, do his shenanigans again, and then what do? So it's going to be...
Pray that you push faster than the Clinks, I guess. Right?
We will have to see. I don't know. I'm gonna favor it a little bit to VGJ.Storm because they did a really good job in the late game, and as long as they can survive the first like 20 to 30 minutes of Whreck's assault, I think they should be okay.
Right, well, it looks like they're going to go for the aggro try coming out here from Wheel, and they're looking for first blood on top of that. Everyone else, though, in the side of the Radiant looks to have backed away, though. Although it looks like Ritsu might run into an unfortunate series of events down here.
He doesn't have anything skilled yet, and is there any dust? There is dust on the Sand King. Okay, so they're ready for the potential skill.
Yeah, look at him. He just doesn't want to deal with it. He knows that nobody's in the top lane. There's definitely someone on the prowl. So he's going to leave. Do have a pause coming out. Puppy pause? Does he realize that he's about to get aggro tried?
Quick tactical pause, maybe? I guess.
Yeah, the eyebrow waggle is going on here. You guys can't see it, but it's definitely like,
Something's afoot. 747. No, that's
yeah,
right.
they swap. They swap lanes. They realize something's up here. They do spot Flea over onto the side. He will be able to just go ahead and use that illusory orb, move himself towards his lane. Look at Derp Derp. He's like, I would love to snag a courier here in the mid lane.
Stand King and Snake King are coming in on the Viper, though. This is what you have to do. Level 1 Viper kind of sucks. So.
Yeah, definitely. You'll be able to hold him into place, throw out the Impale, and again, Ursa should be able to clean up here. Can he get it? Oh, the Fairy Fire, though, and there's the immediate play coming out as well, being able to take down the Nyx Assassin. But First Blood still going over onto Ryoya here.
Yeah, he didn't have Fury Swipes, so it made the kill a little bit tougher, but he did grab Earthshock, which allowed him to keep the slow up on the Viper and snag that kill, which was really nice.
Looks like they've left the Wraith King all alone here in the bot. Still some movement coming out over here. There's a courier coming out as well, and Derp's been waiting, but he's gonna actually miss it. They can't go over there. They've got, of course, the Oracle standing nearby watching.
Stan King's right there. Either he knows something's up or he just happens to be in the area, but either way, no potential for play there. And Clinks, as I expected, doing pretty fine against the Underlord. He can orb walk a little bit with Searing Arrows.
I just like how Snake King goes around the corner, runs into both Derp Derp and Mad, and immediately just turns around. He's like, yeah, no, I didn't see that. I don't want that.
Not in my house. That's what Snake King was thinking.
No, I don't even know. I think he's just like, yeah, I give up. I'm out. I'm out. I don't want this. Peace. Double damage rune available bottom. Looks like Snake King gonna be the one to find it. Goes ahead, he grabs it, makes his way over here. Looking to grab a bounty rune. No mana left over on this Ursa Bear. Does have a bottle though.
He's actually doing pretty well. 9-0. He is getting out-denied a lot to annihilate, so the EXP advantage is going to start to favor the Viper, but for now he's actually CSing pretty okay on this Ursa Bear. And another Toxin 1 ability.
Oh, it's gross. Yeah, diving behind the tower, trying to grab this Viper and finish him up. There's a nice TP, though, coming out. Should be able to get this return kill. I Annihilate will be able to take Snake King out. Now, oh boy, Roya, he's trying really hard to run himself away from this. There's a lot of slow coming out from this Viper, and they'll be able to use one of the Caustic Finale procs as well. They're still giving chase. Can they finish him up? Oh, that mischance, though, will actually come in handy for the Ursa, and he's going to make it out.
And he gets his bottle back, too. So he gets a little bit more spammability of his spells, but...
Just remembering the game, what was it? I think it was Ramses went mid on the Ursa, got himself a soul ring, and just went to town on Broodmother.
Yeah, it was Ramses earlier today in the VP series. Really impressive showing by him. Of course, Viper, a little bit tougher for an Ursa to deal with.
Just a little bit.
And Puck actually grabs the Orb of Venom for some just cheap harass. I've been seeing a lot of ranged offlaners doing this lately, where they just grab an Orb of Venom just for the cheap harass. It's 15 magic damage every time you right click, which adds up pretty quickly.
Gives them a little bit more harassment, like you're saying. Always good if you can get some clicks off. But there's some more pincering action coming out here onto this Viper. Standing nearby, immediately going to be able to throw out the root. He'll follow up with Snake King being able to land the Impale, and we've got Furry Stripes up and running on this Ursa. He finishes off with an Earth Shock.
Dire's middle tower is under
Got a little toxin on him, but doesn't seem to be too much of a problem. We've got all the clarities getting popped too over here. But of VGJ, they're looking for their next move. Clink's doing a really good job of harassing Monkeys. Monkeys, you know, fairly tanky hero, but the Searing Arrows, they do hurt after a while.
Yeah, once he hits level 5, those are really going to add up, and actually might already be dead on Monkeys.
Oh man, yeah, he actually gets stuck over there in the trees.
And these supports for VGJ have just been so good with their rotations. They do miss the kill down bottom, which is unfortunate, but they've gotten 2 kills on mid now, including the First Blood. Now a kill on Monkeys.
I don't know, this is probably a very dead flea. Yep.
So Flea goes down, but I mean, hey, you gotta match rotations with rotations, right?
You know, that Ancient Apparition was very, very patient over into the corner. Of course, you follow up with the Impale and the Stun and the Cold Feet. You're just not going to be able to get away from that. They're looking to kill him yet again, too. They're waiting for all that mana to come back immediately again. Followed up Fire Blast, Cold Feet. That's just a dead Flea. Rinse, repeat. Actually, is he going to make it out? No, he gets Cold Feet proc. That's right. You can't dodge out of that. Meanwhile, though, they do take down Annihilate yet again. So this mid matchup working out pretty well here for Roya.
I mean, it's scary on both sides, because on one side you've got a Wraith King that's doing really well and, you know, getting a lot of kills, but on the other side you've got an Ursa that's doing pretty well and getting a lot of kills in a lane that he shouldn't be winning.
I mean, these rotations have been really nice. Yeah, they're going to be able to jump over onto Ursa. He's sitting at level 5. He's going to try to Fury Swipe his way over onto Mad, but the kiting is real coming out here. They will be able to turn back around, and actually Mad going to be the one who gets that last hit damage, taking out the 3x kill streak. How does Flea go back to this lane?
He sees that Sand King is mid and feels a little bit more safe in his mind.
That's true. I mean, that's not false, but Pincer Ring action coming out here, the Invis-Ring coming out over onto Annihilate. Rather, not onto Annihilate. Snake King be able to go ahead again. They land the root, followed up with the Impale. They actually get themselves a Sand King on top of that, too. This is like the rinse, like lather, rinse, repeat sort of deal. Like, you've got this puck down here that every time you know that you can have a stun, followed up with the Wraithfire Blast, followed up with the Cold Feet. This is a dead hero. Yeah, he's looking for it. Can't exactly do it in time, though. And then over in mid, it's the same deal with the Viper. You've got, you know, the stun coming out from first the Oracle, followed up with the Burrow Strike, and then Ursa just gets a couple stacks of Fury Swipes. Yeah, Monkeys is probably dead. Yep, that nuke coming out from Oracle actually is so strong. Are they mad? Are they picking him for getting that kill?
That was Monkeys picking. He's like, what is this damage from a support? Like 270.
I mean, he's got 3 points in the Purifying Flame, so.
Yeah, 270 magic damage is definitely a lot.
Agreed, and that's gonna give a little bit more time here for Ritsu to put some more damage here. Not going to be able to get to lane quite fast enough.
What is 747 up to? He's farming up the jungle. He can't really lane against the Viper anymore now that Viper Strike is online. Speaking of Viper, he's actually got a Midas queued up.
This looks like a very dead Snake King. He's going to try to buy himself some time, but they still will be able to take him down. Spike Carapace will be a little cheeky play, but very dead. Very dead Nyx Assassin.
It was a good effort. It was a good thought.
Well, if you're gonna go down swinging.
So Viper's answer to the problem of not scaling as well as the Clinks is going to be he's preparing for the late game. He's got the Midas queued up, and he should be able to get it at a pretty decent time.
Oh man, this Ursa Bear is getting closer and closer to the Blink Dagger. Super speedy too with those phase boots. Looks like he's gonna let Snake King get some of this XP though here in the mid lane while he goes and jungles up some camps. Get that level 6. Checking with bottom lane.
Ritsu has Death Pact online. He's looking for some kills.
He's sitting at level 7 here, so nothing better, no better way to actually start snowballing than murdering a bunch of supports, right?
I mean, if you're Ancient Apparition in this game, Moxie, how afraid are you for your life?
Very. Not super scared yet because Clinks hasn't started balling out of control, but definitely gonna be like, hey Viper, can you hold me closely in your arms so I don't die? They actually get the reincarnation pop over here onto the Wraith King. He'll come back up though. There's the Pit of Malice coming out though, like we talked about. Nice Dream Call coming out as well. Ursa though, he's got that false promise on him. He's gonna be able to just keep chasing around here. Monkey's trying to get his friends out of danger. Should be able to. They get the kill. They need one more hit actually over onto him. They're not going to be able to grab it in time. They're still going to be able to take down the Underlord. Derp running away here. He's only level 4. And look at Flea. He's like, yeah, I want this, but doesn't matter. Mad. Going to be able to back his Ancient Apparition up and get the kill over onto the puck. Just being a little too greedy. During all this, we got a Viper over in mid hitting on towers. And then you've got a Ritsu on top, also trying to put a little damage onto the tower, but there's the immediate TP coming out here from the Wraith King. Just gonna use that little bit of mana regen that he gets from Fountain as he arrives to harass.
I mean, Klinks just hits so hard right now. He's got 140 damage plus an extra 60, so he's got like almost 200 damage right now in the early game. Wraith King with 9 armor under tower with a chainmail. I mean, Ritsu is going to hit super, super hard once he gets that Deso online.
And they know the reincarnation is down right now too, just being used in the bot lane, so he's being very patient. He's looking for any sort of an opening. But it looks like Wraith King just going to be patient himself, hang out by tower, wait till the creeps come back around. But this pincering action coming out, Snake King looking to move over onto Wraith King.
I forgot they just buffed Reincarnate too. It used to be 240 seconds at level 1, now it's 200, so...
Look at the TPs, is this a bait or what? Yeah, they spot the Nyx Assassin. They're gonna try to grab him over here. It looks like one more hit will take him down. They try to heal him up a little bit, but unfortunately they just have too much, and they brought the dust here. They've got their mind over here onto Ritsu. That's a nice save coming out here from Sand King. We'll give him a little bit longer. It looks like Sand King himself gonna have to run out. Wraithfire Blast though will connect over onto the Oracle, and while all this is going on, Ryoya actually gets the kill over onto Viper again. That's not supposed to be happening.
He got a haste rune.
Oh, the haste rune.
He got the S4 rune and he used it to his advantage. Pops the LT, gets the kill. Really nice play. He's also got the Blink Dagger online.
I was about to say, yeah, could this bear be any more mobile? I think he just needs like what, the boots of travel and maybe, you know, a Yules for the extra speed, but dude, guy is fast as lightning. Very scary bear.
He's also top of the net worth right now. He's got 5,500 on the Ursa Bear. Next closest on the Dire is Viper at 4,200. Now, the Viper is got a mildly deflated net worth because of the Hand of Midas kind of slowing down his progression. So this will eventually catch up. This Midas is going to slow down his item progression. But going into the later game, this Viper will be on, I don't know about even, but competitive with the Ursa.
They see this Viper, they want it. We'll be able to go forward, get the silence off, and there's the blink forward coming out from Ryoya, and Flea actually will be the one to get this. Goes ahead, dodges away from the Ice Blast. And they still have a Klinks, like he's looking at this AA. Oh, AA, oh no, derp derp. He was not expecting that to happen.
What was that you were talking about? A Viper, hold me in your arms because I'm going to die?
I mean, yeah, the problem is Viper died first. That's the old support trick. If there's someone really scary on the map, you go find yourself a buddy and you, like, you know, bat your eyelashes at him and say, please, don't let me die. Doesn't always work. Sometimes your carry will continue farming and yell at you and ask, what do you want? When you tell them that you are dead and they could have saved you, they're like, oh. Feels bad, man.
Well, Monkeys looks like he's going to get this bottom tower at least. Working towards the mechanism for him. He's got the arcane boots online.
Yeah, Flea tried to get that denial, unfortunately, just didn't quite land it.
And Midas actually getting picked up on Snake King as well. So no Blink Dagger for him anytime soon, but is going to scale also pretty hard into the late game once he gets that. Catch up on those levels.
And they've just taken over the jungle down here. Radiant forced to go up towards top, try to get some farming done, take this tower as well. And they should be able to do it. Doesn't look like everyone's going to be moving over very soon. They do have the Dark Rift available over on the Underlord here, but they're not even going to bother. Just turn their attention towards the mid. See if they can take that down. Nyx Assassin standing nearby. They don't have the detection, but he's going to need some backup because there's a lot of Dire heroes here.
They might rotate. Yeah, they're going to rotate down 747, or no, sorry, Ritsu on this Klinks. He just ate free.
Ooh, the counter initiation though coming out at the same time. Gonna be able to hold right into place, root him, and just kite him around. They pop the Aegis over here, and it looks like Monkey's gonna try to run himself out. He's just gonna get burst down too fast here, and Aegis coming back up. There's the epicenter channeled up here, coming out from Mad. We'll turn back around, should be able to get this Nyx Assassin. They use the False Promise over onto Nyx. We'll buy him a little bit more time. And Ryoya, he's just got his choice of who he wants to murder over here. They'll turn back around. Klinks trying to run himself back. This Wraith King's in a lot of trouble. Does have Reincarnate, but the rest of his team is dead at the most part, except for this AA, who is definitely not wanting to be a part of this. Yeah, the sun comes out immediately. There goes Wraith King. Double kill going onto Ryoya.
Man, Sand King on this Oracle is putting on a goddamn clinic. his false promises so far have just been absolutely insane. He saves the Nyx Assassin there, which ends up turning that fight completely around because of the extra stuns that can get thrown out, the mana burn on the Wraith King so he can't run away. And down bottom, it was the Ursa before who escaped with like 20 HP or something crazy like that. Stan King just MVP. Last game it was the Dazzle, now it's the Oracle.
Dead monkeys? Dead monkeys? Yeah, there's the Vendetta. They'll turn back around. They'll get the Impale off. He tries to put the Pit of Malice out. Gets it off, but there's just too much damage with 4 heroes hanging out in his jungle here.
And, you know, I mentioned VGJ scaling very well into the late game, and Whreck kind of putting on that early game pressure, but it's actually the other way around right now. Clink's not waiting for his early items to be a fighting presence. He's got his Dragonlance, he's got a Blightstone, and that's it. He's just basically fighting through Death Path cooldowns.
Blink Dagger looks like it's next on the agenda here for Wraith King. He's already got himself a Blade Mail, so he's just going to be kind of the tanky run at you and hope everybody pays attention while everyone else, like the Viper, is putting out the damage.
They need that mechanism online from Underlord. That's going to be... The sooner he can get that online, the more effective it's going to be. Because the extra armor is going to be nice. The heal is going to be huge to counteract the sustain.
Wraithfire Blast coming out immediately over onto Puck. They're going to actually use the Ice Blast on top of that. Does connect over onto him. Will get the last hit. Now they're fighting up over here by the shrine. They did see that Snake King was standing nearby. Going to be able to just run himself out though. And during all of this, Klink's putting some damage over onto the tower, forcing that fortification out. Just going to TP himself out. And the rest of the Dire going to go defend the tower.
And this is what I mentioned earlier too, right? You know, you see 5 heroes running together as the Dire, and Klink's, yeah, he had the Ursa there, but he doesn't need the Ursa there. Ursa's just there so that if somebody gets jumped, he can blow them up. Klink's just running around the map doing whatever he wants right now.
Oh, the Puck comes in immediately. We'll be able to get the Waning Rift off, but I think this is a very dead tower. Anyways, there is a TP coming out here from the AA. Looks like he was going to back himself out, but they get the last hit on the tower over onto the Viper. There's a jump forward, though, over here onto the side. They do spot out Flea again, and they're going to be able to take him down. Nice blink away from the Ursa. We'll be able to escape. Looks like Stan King might be in a little bit of trouble. There's the immediately going forward with the Burrow Strike. So Wraithfire Blast comes down here, and he's gone. He's toast.
He almost gets the false promise off. He was in mid-animation, but too much physical damage from the Wraith King proves to be the end of our glorious Stan King.
I mean, Klink's got another objective. He's split pushing because he knows that a lot of his teammates are down. And are they going to continue here? Looks like they're going to back off, looks like here. So Snake King does find a Monkeys hanging out in the tree. Goes to try to place the Pit of Malice down. Doesn't quite get it. Dream Coil gets used. They pop the wand charges over on Monkeys, but there's Aurelia. He's on the lookout here, and it's actually going to be Stan King who gets that final last hit.
And nice scan coming out from, I believe, Ritsu. Means that he spots Mad coming down with the AA and backs himself up to base. Grabs, did he grab his Deso? He's just short of his Deso, but he'll have that coming out soon. And once he gets Deso, I mean, towers and heroes are just going to melt. As if they haven't already.
I mean, he's being smart. He knows that some of these team fights are just not advantageous when he's got his teammates down, especially like Puck. So he's just going to continue splitting around the map, trying to force them to respond. And a lot of pings coming out over here on the side.
I'm really confused how they knew Snake King was there. Because he just kind of walked up the hill and they just started pinging aggressively? Unless his invis ran out and I didn't notice, but as far as I knew, he was still invisible and they just started running away.
Again, we see the Klinks running through here. Did they have detection? Is that why they're pinging out, or? Yeah, they did. They had a sentry over here, so they know that the Klinks is standing nearby. Looks like they're having a bit of a moment here as they figure some stuff out.
They do have a gem on Mad, so if they spot it...
Oh, that's actually huge.
It's a really early pickup, but it's needed right now because Ritsu is just Like he's 304. He's top of the net worth by like 2K to his next closest dire competitor.
Dire are scanning.
They're hunting. Smoke pops. They know that he's over here. They'll ping it out. They say, all right, we need the gem. Come on, Mad. And they will find him over into the corner. I don't think he was aware that they had that. And that's a very dead Clinks.
Okay, good find from them.
I guess the next thing that you have to consider, so they've got this gem on Sand King, right? Clinks is just going to continue to rat though, most likely. So how do you just have Sand King just try to follow him around, or? Because they need that detection, obviously, so they can get the jump on him, but...
I think you just try and pull their attention away from what Ritsu is doing. You force like a 4v5 fight. Even if you lose that fight, as long as Ritsu's getting objectives, it's not really that big of a deal.
That was a nice save coming out here from the Oracle. Will prevent the Shatter. Turning back around, trying to heal through it. Still probably going to take down the next assassin, though, as the rest of Wheel responds as 4 here. TP out.
Midas starting to kind of pay off for I Annihilate. Is off cooldown though. Okay, he does use it on the Siege Creep, but it was getting a little bit triggered there, not gonna lie to you. But does have the 4 staff, some nice extra mobility going towards the Dragon Lance, some extra range. Pretty standard Viper stuff.
They do notice that there's a ward over here sitting in the camp. This gem is really paying off for them. They get the kill over onto Ritsu. They're being able to gain back a lot of vision here, making the map very, very dark for the side of the Radiant.
Yeah, they've actually only got 1 ward on the map right now. It's the one where their tier 1 tower mid used to be. Other than that, the map is pretty dark for them. So this gem doing a lot of work, like you mentioned.
Yeah. Gonna be seeing a Radiance up and running on this Wraith King as well. That's a very popular build. The Blade Mail followed up with Radiance, just running at people. And again, you know, not the tankiest team coming out here from VGJ. Smoke up, they're looking. They put the ward down. They know that there's a little Clink standing nearby, and they also see the Stand King when they know he's gonna probably want to go for this D ward, but they'll back off actually.
Yeah, they're just going to group as 5, force the objective mid, see if they can bait a reaction out of Ritsu, and then probably rotate from there. They know that they have their other lanes, you know, pushed out enough. Wraith King's pushing in bottom, so they feel comfortable pushing as 4. They've got Mech online, Underlord ult is ready to go if they need an escape or to cut off Ritsu.
Yeah, Flea doing his best to just cut the wave over here, but they're pushing over into this tower. They know, too, that there is a Stand King nearby, but I don't think they know where everyone else is. And the TP top comes out here. It's going to be C2 going ahead and just pushing out these waves, working hard on getting that Relic as his next item. Is there a TP that got cancelled?
Oh, he runs under a sentry really quickly, but...
They don't have the catch right now.
Oh, they've got the gem. TP's out though.
Got a sentry, but Flea needs to be careful now, and he kind of senses, you know, oh, I might want to back off. But Monkeys comes forward, he gets that Pit of Malice, they'll follow up with a Burrow Strike, Ice Blast coming in, and we'll be able to dodge it a little bit here. It goes ahead, tries to buy himself some time, sits over here and gets the blink off into the base. We'll be able to TP. It's a nice play coming out here. Oh, he just narrowly isn't in time.
Really nice plays from Flea there. Really nice itemization as well. Going for that 4 staff so he can get out of the Pit of Malice that's been causing him so many problems. Get out of the...
It's a nasty spell, man.
It's just so obnoxious if you're any kind of mobile hero. Just no. You basically need a 4 staff on when you're against an Underlord.
Oh yeah, definitely. 4 staff is such a good item in this game though anyways. It's always a good idea to have your supports pick up 1, at the very least.
And against a Viper and a Wraith King too, it's just such a value item for the puck to have. I wouldn't be surprised to see Stand King and Snake King both going for 1 later on. And actually, yeah, Snake King has 1 queued up in his quick buy. He's going to go for the 4 staff into the Blink Dagger. Double mobility coming out from him. Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Ursa actually has picked up his Diffusal, is working on BKB for his next item because he's really just wanting to run at everyone. They need to be careful though. Mad's standing nearby. I think they ping out that he's standing there, but he will just leave that camp. No harm, no foul. BKB also on the agenda here for the Clinks.
Both cores need it pretty much for everything that is coming up.
Oh, bottom lane though, they do spot out the puck. Flea in a little bit of trouble. That's a lot of toxin over onto him. He's gonna hide out in the corner. Actually, will make it out alive, and it looks now like Monkeys Forever in a very bad position as the Viper does come down. And Puck trying to hide himself out here in the trees. The Ice Blast comes in though, beautiful. And they'll take down Flea, but they also take down the Viper. The epicenter coming out, they realize that Sand King is there. His TP's on cooldown. He's not going to be able to get out here, I don't think. Yeah, they've spot him out over here on the side. He does have that gem. They don't want to lose this. They're going to be able to blink in just a second. Can he get out? He does. He jumps over into the corner, but his TP's on cooldown for another like 46 seconds. So he's just going to try to get deeper and hide over here and pray that nobody comes searching for him. And it looks like it might be okay.
They don't really have a good way to get to him right now. He's going to be stuck here for a little bit, at least until he feels comfortable blinking and burrow striking out, but he's safe, and that's what matters. Keeping that gem on the side of Whreck is absolutely vital. And meanwhile, this whole time, Wraith King almost has his Radiance online. He's got the Relic, he's almost got the Recipe, so space created.
Definitely. Been a lot of hate over on here on Flea. They've been just chasing him around, it feels like.
I mean, it's just kind of the nature of the hero. It was a first pick, so they drafted a lot of answers to it, a lot of different lockdown options, the Underlord, the Sand King, the Wraith King, and so they're punishing it.
Ursa hops into the pit in the meanwhile, and a nice Ice Blast comes out because they suspect that something's going on. They have that ward, and he's going to be forced to run himself out.
I just noticed too, he has no lifesteal. Most Ursas you'll see either the Vlads or lately even the Mask of Madness, but he's just relying on Sand King. Sand King's been doing a good enough job that Ritsu, or no, sorry, 747 feels comfortable enough.
There's no detection around this pit. They definitely need to make sure that Mad's nearby. Dreamfall comes out immediately and will be followed up with a nice impale. Looks like Monkeys Forever in a little bit of a problem here. They will be able to go ahead and grab that Nyx Assassin, but now Rhea comes out. He's got the Aegis. He's going to turn around, and this Blade Mail's doing a lot of work here. They'll be able to go ahead, pop the Reincarnation, but Rhea is already sitting kind of low. We'll try to get as many heroes as possible. Again, this fight's really split up here. The Clink's coming in through the back here. Looks like Mad's going to come forward with the Epicenter, try to slow them down a little bit. And again, there's just two different fights going on. The Wraith King is going to be disarmed, and now looks like Ritsu, he's got his eyes over here onto the prize. We'll be able to clean up on Derp. Still, we've got this Ursa. He's got cheese on top of everything else too. Not the engagement that Wheel really wanted.
Sand King, if Sand King drops there, Rampage for Ritsu and probably tier 2 and more. Tier 2 is probably still going to go down, but at least they keep the gem. That's the big thing. Because right now, if that hand goes the way of any of the cores, or even like somebody like the Nyx Assassin, just Sand King doesn't live there. The only reason he lived is because they've been shortchanged on detection so far.
Looks like they're just going to be happy with that engagement. They still, again, do have that cheese up and running over here on Roya. And that was, you know, 4 heroes that got murdered during all that, so Radiant feeling pretty good right now.
Yeah, Ritsu is doing just absolutely disgusting amounts of damage right now. He's got the Orchid queued up, so he's gonna start hurting a lot.
Oh, the Radiance Burn actually going to end up harming this Wraith King. Ice Blast does connect over onto the Nyx Assassin. He's going to try to run himself out, juke through the trees, but the Burrow Strike is there, and they still have that gem. They'll be able to go ahead, grab the Nyx Assassin. Nice save coming out here from Sand King. He's going to try to heal up the Nyx, keep him alive while all this damage is being pumped out here by Ritsu. They do manage to take down the Sand King, and there's the Ursa. He's ready to fight here. There's the jumping forward immediately. Going to try to get Monkeys Forever. Not going to be able to quite get Annihilate at that time, but yeah, the gem's on the ground. This is really good for the side of VGJ now. They can start putting up their detection and wards again and gain a little bit of ground back here that they lost from Wheel.
Yeah, that's really big. The fact that Wraith King died before Reincarnate was off cooldown, and then they were able to turn that fight into what it was. Really nice saves again coming out from Sand King. He's been doing so good in this game always in the right position at the right time, getting off those false promises. Not always saving his allies, but not through any fault of his, just because of the amount of damage that's been pumped out. And
oh boy, BKB gets popped up over here on Roya. That that blade mail actually doing a lot of damage over onto Ritsu. Of course, he's got the Stand King standing nearby who's going to be able to heal him up constantly and keep tabs on both of them. They actually go and they smoke up though, and they're going to run face first into a Monkeys forever. Monkeys, I don't think he realized what was waiting for him in those woods. Followed up here, Mad's going to be able to get a Sandstorm, but they've got the gem now. They'll be able to burst him down. Now it looks like they're going to try to turn around. BKB gets popped over here onto the side. Lots of damage getting burned out over onto this Wraith King, and trying to man fight this Viper here. It's not quite working out for Ritsu, but there's a jump forward again. Roya, he's trying to go ahead, move himself towards this Viper, get the damage down. Derp also in a lot of trouble here, trying to fight his way against the Snaking, but the Diffusal gets used. The bear is hungry, and he will take him down. That's a triple kill going on to Roya right there.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
man, 747 Ursa Bear. Who would have thought, considering he was up against a Viper, that he would be...
Did you say Earth Spirit?
No, Ursa Bear.
Oh, I heard Earth Spirit for some reason. I was like, what are you on, man? I know it's late, but... Yeah, no, I wasn't expecting him to do this well against the Viper, and he's definitely, you know, proven that he can go toe-to-toe here against Annihilate.
And Ritsu again, Stand King just doing so much work keeping these cores alive. Ritsu doing so much damage. Just such really solid teamwork coming out from VGJ.Storm.
And the Shrine's going down like a chump here. They've got the Assault Cuirass finished up over on Clinks as well. Oh my goodness. This game's quickly getting away from the side of Wheel. Towers are going down. Kills are going up for the side of VGJ.
Wraith King forced to get a mango just to deal with the mana burn that's been coming out.
Well, that's some feels bad man stuff right there.
And Lincoln Sphere actually now picked up by the puck, so a lot of those earlier cheese chain initiations that we saw aren't going to work on him.
Still chasing after Flea here. The Ice Blast doesn't connect. Should be able to just slip his way out. Lincoln's gets popped. Now they know they've got it. Trying to land that stun. Unfortunately, the Burrow Strike's not going to connect. And Flea, again, he just finds himself headed towards the Dire base, trying to buy some time, make some space for his cores. Just go deeper and deeper in here. Juking around, too. Nice bait. Still going to get taken down, I believe, when he pops out. Yep.
Oh, the Radiance Burn is what gets him. He almost got the debate where he sent the orb really deep into the base. And most
I
of the
followed
team...
it, actually. I followed the debate on that 100%. I was like, all right, he's going to go into the base. And then he went and he blinked backwards.
Yeah, that's what you do as a puck. But like so much space was just dedicated to killing a puck who, yeah, it's third net worth, and that was worth a lot of gold. You know, that was worth 600 gold for Mad. But I mean, meanwhile, you've got Ritsu just farming away on Clinks. You've got Ursa getting his next item. He's got a Daedalus now on Ursa. So his next items are going to be huge. He's got an eggs queued up, so even if they stun him...
He was feeling ambitious there, but there was a lot of stuff backing up that next assassin.
Yeah. My boy Stan King, though, he's got the Aether Lens online, so those false promises...
are going to be even more on point, right?
I mean, how do you... how do you deal with the saves that are coming out?
I mean, his positioning has been so good. He just stays as far back as possible, allows his cores to do what they need to do, and provides the support from a distance. We'll take that last creep, though, as tribute.
I have carried you this far. I deserve one creep, thank you. But, I mean, the answer to how do you kill somebody without them getting false promise is, of course, you jump the Oracle. But then you're jumping an Oracle, and you still have all the other cores to deal with.
I don't have a really great way to jump into the back lines over on the side of the Dire to grab that Oracle. Again, positioning has been just so good coming out from...
You want to jump the Oracle, but you've got a Nyx Assassin scouting you out, you've got an Ursa Bear who's jumping you, you've got a Puck with Dream Coil that's been really bothering you. There's no BKBs online either, so it's not like they can just walk through the tether.
Gold and sweet.
Right now, VGJ is I think just waiting for the next Roshan, and then they're going to do the exact same thing they did top, and they're going to do it probably bottom, is what I would imagine. Maybe even they just walk up mid. They've got a 24k net worth lead. What do they care?
I feel like Wheel is just trying to figure out, like, where do we go? Do we just wait for our Viper to get jumped over here, or... It feels like the woods are very unsafe for the side of Wheel.
Oh, I mean, you take a look at their vision, and they don't have any.
Yeah.
It's just their base. So you can't leave, you can't do anything. All you have to do is just wait and hope.
Blink Dagger is going to be online here on the Wraith King. He's not going to have buyback. So he's going all in on this.
I mean, this is one of those stages of the game where buyback doesn't matter. Because if you die and you buy back, especially as Wraith King, you've probably already died once, reincarnated, now you're buying back. Chances are everybody else on your team is either already dead or almost dead, and your buyback's not going to do as much. So it's better to have that burst of power, that extra mobility, that extra, jump, and hope that that gives you the edge in the team fight, rather than saying, I'm going to save for buyback.
Oh, the jump forward. They're really just hunting Flea down. Like, there is no tomorrow. Forstaff coming forward here. Couple of hits coming out over onto the puck. We'll be able to throw out the root immediately. He goes ahead, he forces himself forward here, but Yule's coming out. We'll buy him a little bit more time. And while all of this is happening, there's an Ursa that's walking towards their base. There's also a Nyx Assassin keeping tabs over here on this Wraith King. Like, they could jump over onto him if they wanted. Yeah, they jump over onto the Ursa, but Nyx Assassin, he pops that Spike Carapace, buys him a little time, and look how fast he just melts, Forge. Holy cow. That's going to be a nice false promise coming out here. Stan King gonna pay for it with his life, unfortunately, but saves the Nyx Assassin, and, like, that's how scary this bear is. What was that, 3 hits?
Something like that. I mean, Daedalus Ursa Bear, you don't see it often, but when you do see it, it is terrifying. He melted that Wraith King. And you know who wasn't there? Ritsu. Why? Because he's now got himself a full Orchid. He's working towards the Bloodthorn.
Oh, jeez.
He's level 25.
They just spot him out. He's just taking a dance around this ward here. Look at him. Dota 2. What a game.
Dota 2. He's got level 25 as well, so he gets a lot of attack speed now from Strafe, as if he didn't already.
Roche is up in the pit here, and it looks like we'll really want to take this and not let it go anywhere near this Ursa.
I don't think it's so much that they want it so that they can do something with it. I think they're just afraid of what will happen if they give it to the Ursa.
Exactly. And he knows. He's waiting here. There's, they need some detection, I think. Okay, yeah, they do have a little bit of detection.
Gem is on Nyx,
Look
so
how
he
fast
sees the
he's going
sentry.
down here. He's baiting, probably.
Oh, Epi's channeled.
Epi going backwards over here, and they're using everything on Flea again. Like, this is actually so ridiculous. The Wraith King comes forward here. The Mana's going to get burned out. BKB comes out here, coming out over from Ritsu. He just doesn't care about that Blade Mail. We'll be able to take him down, and immediately the jump forward here coming from Royo, trying to get this kill over onto the Wraith King. He knows he doesn't have buyback. He's going to get taken down here. They turn back around. It looks like they're going to try to run themselves out, and actually Underlord going to be able to take most of the team back to the base.
I think that's the first successful Underlord out we've seen all game.
Yeah, he's had some problems.
They've just been focusing him so hard in these engagements, making sure that can't happen.
Oh, Dark Courier actually gets killed with that gem, and now again Flea, he's just making space over here. Will be able to go ahead and hide himself out, blinks himself out as well, and again Snake King coming forward. He's got that Spike Carapace, and look at this Clinks. He is just out of control. We actually lose Wraith King. Oh boy. Alright, the GG gets called.
Yeah.
VGJ.
VGJ.
Making an impressive, I wouldn't even say a comeback from game 1, but...
I mean, I think game 1, it was just one of those cheese strats, right? It's one of those things where you don't account for the Brood. Brood catches you off guard. You don't have the tools to deal with it, and so it runs you down. But games 2 and 3, they say, okay, no more Brood shenanigans. you're going to play our Dota now, and both games, they adapt to the draft really well. Game 2,